Hello, true duelists. My name's Craig Fee, and welcome to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Update. Yes, welcome to the summary of the slow-ass week that's between a bunch of bigger events in the TCG, coming off back-to-back Team YCSs and right before the first single-player YCS of Fire format, that being YCS Sydney, taking place this weekend down in the land of kangaroos, who, much like the movie Kangaroo Jack, do not actually talk in real life. A fact that pisses me off to this day. 9-year-old Cinema Craig was never ever going to be prepared for how little that kangaroo talked in that movie, and I'm still pissed about it to this goddamn day. That trailer was a fucking lie. And if you're wondering why it is I'm suddenly talking about Kangaroo Jack in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Update, well, that's called waffling for time. And or an attempt at comedy, you can tell me, because how deep do we really want to delve into Fire being the best deck today? Is there really much that I can add to the discussion that you haven't heard 1,000 times already? The big thing to note is that following the YCS this weekend, we will get a look at how the deck performs in a non-team-based event, because Fire decks were totally just being carried in the last two YCSs and are definitely heavily overrepresented. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy different, I'm sure. It'll give us another number to look at and bicker about in regards to tier 0, I guess, but I don't care too much, because whether or not you personally classify this deck as tier 0 or tier 0.386295 in accordance with the velocity of the sun relative to the viscosity of the moon, the main thing kicking my ass, whether I'm at locals or in Master Duel, is a Fire deck, so I don't really give a shit. So that's what we can look forward to talking about next week, along with, of course, the ban list speculation, because it's been a few months since the last one and a few days since you got sick of the format, apparently, and fuck it, burn it all down, right? Where's the ban list, Konami? I'm guessing not till the end of March, but that's just a blind guess, because trust me, I have no fucking clue what I'm talking about, least of all into the date of release of the ban list. The only thing I know with any certainty is that a branded player will be providing us with the stupidest take in accordance with the ban list. That's just a fact. They do that a whole hell of a lot, and I'm fine with that because it proves my branded equals brain dead theory, which isn't a theory, it's just the reality. Trust me, they'll prove it for us. So, YCS Sydney this weekend. Will it be live streamed? Who knows? Do cameras even exist in the land down under? The existence of Steve Irwin in pop culture would suggest that they do, but then again, Konami's running the event, so who really knows? I guess we'll find out next weekend. And some other event news, Konami has announced the location for the World Championships this year, and it's in Seattle, Washington. That's right, Konami's continued refusal to acknowledge Europe under any circumstances carries strong with this, taking place on the weekend of September 7th and the 8th. And nothing is announced for Europe still, so obviously this is going to be relevant to very few players, but as I understand it, there's side events. I'm sure other people will want to go, even if only to watch. So that's cool. I don't have to stay up till like 4 a.m. to watch the final, so I'm psyched on that. And there's no other news, because Worlds will be happening, and it's taking place somewhere in the world, and that's this whole fucking story. Magic, isn't it? And in some product news, Konami has revealed the first card from OTS Pack 25. And as a standard, it's one of the 3 ultimate rares, this time leading with Yugioh, the Forbidden One. Yeah, the head of Yugioh. This is obviously meant to tie into the Infinite Forbidden, the next core set coming to the TCG after Legacy of Destruction. Legacy of Destruction won't be released until the 26th of April, and meanwhile the Infinite Forbidden won't be out until July 18th of this year. So in between those two, you can go ahead and grab OTS Pack 25 when it drops on June 12th and get some fancy head a month in advance for the Millennium archetype. Can't take that sentence any other way. This has of course drawn ire from people because it's Yu-Gi-Oh, so of course people are complaining. The first being that it's all 5 pieces recently enough got very high rarity prints, namely Starlight Rare prints in Battles of Legend Crystal Revenge right at the end of 2022, which is, like a year and a half ago from today. So the cards already have a very high value rarity for you to go out and get. And of course the second one is that this is just the head, and then the other 4 pieces are commons or starlights. Well, who would want a mismatched set of Yugioh pieces? Typically everyone wants 5 in the same rarity, which might imply that they're going to print the limbs in ultimate rares over the next couple of OTS packs, or go sicko mode and just have 5 of the 6 ultimate rares between OTS packs 25 and 26 be limbs. That'd be pretty fucking funny. I don't think that's entirely likely, to be clear. I just think it's really funny to imagine one ultimate rare Exodia head and none of the others in that rarity. It's just very strange to me. Maybe this is a mediocre piece of news to you, but it's been a mediocre ass week, so fucking deal with it. There's also a little bit of news from Konami in regards to the Infinite Forbidden, beyond, of course, just putting the in front of the set's name that it was in the OCG, and that's, of course, the confirmed mention of a new World Premiere archetype, which isn't a shock. We've got Ashen from Phantom Nightmare, who will be getting more support in the Legacy of Destruction. I'm now hyped on that because I actually just beat Elden Ring for the first time like 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, holy shit, I get it now. It looks nifty and it's a reference and I think it's cool. And that's cool, but probably that support's probably going to be underwhelming because Wave 2 of TCG exclusive decks and underwhelming is basically the same. It's the same word, really. If you were to say underwhelming, I'd be like, yes, Wave 2 of TCG exclusive decks. We have no idea what it'll be, but we know that it's coming out in July. But more importantly than that, the DLC for Elden Ring will be out in June. So you can buy that instead of the Ultimate Rare Exodia head, because who wants the mismatched piece anyway? Yep, it was all a tie back into the fucking head. It's all head all the way down. No head, all head. I also felt like including this little bit of news that I saw from the Yugioh organization, and that is that Bonfire will be getting a reprint in one of the OCG's Quarter Century Chronicle sets, which means absolutely nothing for us here in the TCG beyond an opportunity for us to complain that we need the OCG printing style put into the TCG core sets of multiple rarities of one card so that people can afford it. No, actually, I mention this because if we were to get some other kind of similar set to their Quarter Century Chronicle sets, then Copium, maybe we could be getting a Bonfire reprint too. It'll be coming way too late, I'm sure. Fire will have been hit on at least one ban list, if not two, by the time we got this set, I'm sure. And there'll be a new $100 spell card that you'll be wanting more by then, I'm sure. But Bonfire could get a reprint. Finally, your volcanic deck can be marginally more consistent and still lose to Ash Blossom. How's that for a story? A reprint will happen as surely as it won't matter. Amazing. Shoutouts this week go, of course, to our sponsor, the LIFD Magnetic Display, the best way to support my channel currently, and the true duelist way to show off your favorite cards, including 3 of the 5 pieces of Exodia. Maybe I need to grab the 2 individuals and put them there so I can get those limbs on the sides as well. But until such time, head and arms, you know, that's basically what I am right now. Can you prove me wrong? Do you see legs? I fucking don't. Either way, if you want to save 15% off this display to display your cards, you can use promo code YGOSTRATS15 and have it apply automatically by clicking the link in the description, or just type that code in at the checkout. Either way, how you do it, 15% off for you, a little extra for me, and everybody happy. So thank you to LIFD for the sponsorship as always, and thank you for watching. So that wraps it up for this week's update. Not a whole hell of a lot, and that's probably a good thing. It's been a hell of a week for me. Big thank, hit subscribe, become True Duelist, impress Morgan Italian wife, and become True Duelist again. Double down, True Duelist, or True Duelist. Either one, what you want. Cool, thanks. I'm fucking done now. See you next week.